Seating action is pretty good. Savino, could you go over the screen for me? The cone? Oh, we're starting to get some limonene out. That's okay. I may have not have been recording when I thought I was, but and we're starting to get some cake coming out. The cake at the first will always be wet because the screw is merely conveyed wet material to the discharge. Once we start filling up this press, it'll start coming out drier. You can see it coming out drier already. Wow. 30 psi. It's coming out reasonably uniformly all the way around, and steady drip. Now, if that was water we were separating, I'd say forget it. It's not worth it. But that is the limonene, and the limonene is worth a lot of money. I don't know what those brown globules are. Water. No, what?
Channels. Huh? Channels. The channels. Yeah, over top, little bridge over top.
Okay, okay. Churning in the inlet hopper. Channels at the discharge, and it's not particularly.
You see the two phases?
Two phases. Is that oil and water?
Yeah, below the can we got water.
Okay, and so that's separated by gravity. Gravity of decanting. Looks like we got a winner.
Yeah, right?
Hot darn. Let's start a time test. How much do you have to break the bridge in here?
Good little bit.
Okay.
So we'll have to watch how much we feed it.
And we're still going pretty fast. High RPM here, about I think
25 or so.
25 RPM or so. Pressure up. I do that over here with a regulator, and I'm going to go up to 45. Oh, what the hey, 50 psi. I went up to 50 psi. As soon as it stabilizes, could you feel anything?
Yeah.
Got it into it. That's not bad. That's about what we'd expect. Okay, I'm going to start a time test. The feed through the press is extremely low compared to normal. We're still getting a fairly steady flow of press liquor going into our container here, and press cake continuing to come out. So, oh, we got two phases going here. This is the clearest I've ever seen two phases. Almost 30 years of playing with screw presses, and that's the first time I've ever seen this.
Not too many people use limonene as a
Screen is working well.
That's just spillage, these little dots.
Yeah, that's probably
look at what's coming out, right? There's essentially no fiber.
A little bit of push through the screen.
A little bit over here, that's just a wide slot in the screen, fabrication. That's a problem, you weld it up. Okay. Okay, our press cake looks like this. Set up, getting the chair weight. We're mixing our sample with water to see if we can squeeze out more limonene. Screw department. We are making screws. Assembly department. Frame for a press. See one over in there. And guys putting together screw presses like crazy. Vapor tight, explosion proof presses. 30 pounds of water, 30 pounds of material. 1-to-1 mixture.
We got some stuff in there.
I'm ready. We've diluted this, and we got to get the press full again. We opened the discharge cone and dumped all the stuff that was in there, and don't know how you're going to do it, but we got to keep the screw covered. Okay, you got the screw covered. Who knows? Maybe the screen will just blind and we can't do anything this way. Sheesh. Screen blinded over. Okay, go ahead, try reversing it. We're going to run the press backwards. There it stopped. There it starts backward again. And I don't see a flood of liquid coming out. Go forward again. He stops the press. You can program a VFD to do this 24/7. And sometimes that makes a press start working, but it didn't do a darn thing to this one. Okay, this is the press cake from our first pressing, our 21-minute test, and we're going to feed that in, slowing it down.
How many,
air pressure's low. That's good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Feeding in press cake. Okay, go ahead and close the cone. Okay, this is pressing the press cake from our first test. That's better than we were getting.
initially, yeah.
We're getting out more oil the second time through this press. Cake coming out differently.
Might have been the water.
There still may be some wet stuff in there. We'll see what happens in another minute or so.
It starts off like this. Once the buzz starts forming, I think it really slows down the whole throughput.
Boy, this hole, that'll be nice. And so this is what it looks like on double pressing, on the second pressing of the press cake. We'd have to have a facility for taking this press cake. Oops. I can still squeeze oil out. I'm getting it. We got this dry, all the press cake and the material that was never pressed as received, and we're going to blend that in with our tub full of stuff to thicken it up and see if that makes any difference. Okay. The thickest we can find. And we show it 15 psi. Maybe it's up a little on that. Screw is turning moderate speed. Starting to get some flow out. That's an improvement. So a slightly thicker mixture. At least got the press working clean, not blinded. We just pull this press apart. Here's what we had going on in there. Here's a perforated screen we're going to try. Go ahead. That's the bottom resistor bar there. I'll hold this. Okay, slowing it down. Haven't even closed the cone yet. Oh, we got cone.
Is it going to get cone?
perforation than this is a 023, and that's about 550 microns, I think. We have places where it's working. These are for steam or solvent injection in a counterflow wash system, but well, if gravity decanting worked, we might drop out that sludge. Haven't got any cake, and here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is the smaller perforation. What are you getting?
015 to 02.
Okay, 015 to 020. We got the screen in backwards the first time. That is, got tight compression there and wide compression there. And so that's the final stage. So the screw goes into the press and the resistor bar on the screen this way.
There we go.
Okay, this is the thickest material we have left. And we're running it through a WEDGEWIRE screen with... Got the screw going real slow. We're trying to get... This is a good sign right here. Come on, baby, keep doing that. Cone closed, okay. So we close the cone. We're at 1 bar, 15 psi. None of us knew what it was till we looked it up on the internet.
Sell it at the vape shops. Vape shops? Vape. Oh, the vape shops. It's mixed with it's solvent's delaminated.
Which is lemon oil.
Yeah. Citrus oil.
Wow.
Gives them, right, the slight stick.
Gradually, we're making some cake here.
They want just that. They don't want any of the solids, plant, or so they put the lime in.
Heavy dose because it's got a lot of water in it. We're going to take it up to 5% Processed. Okay. Yeah, we're putting in 5% by weight, stirring that in. This happens to be coffee beans. Okay. Let's see what we get.
It's feeding really well.
This stuff is flowing out a lot better, cleaning up the screens and the residue from the previous work. Phone's still shut. It's pretty well dried out. This is about what the press should look like. That is, we're getting a fairly decent flow of liquid. The cake is coming out uniformly all around the cone. I still see some fiber in it. And when I squeeze it, it's still a little too wet. We're going to try real Processed this time. We had it 3% by weight, which is heavy. But if we make it work, you can always work down to a more reasonable percentage.